My husband was beaten up by his side chick's boyfriend, and I pretended not to know about it. We just moved into a new area, and we have been staying here for about 7 months, and my husband already has a side chick in this area. That is practically all he does. Now, this lady stays in the 3rd street from our street, and my husband has already started sleeping in her house. Initially, I didn't know about it. I did not know that he had a girlfriend, let alone he was sleeping there. He was always giving me excuses that he's traveling for work, and then he will stay a few days. I didn't know that he was in the 3rd street. It was my children that told me about it. Now, some of my children's classmates that they go to the same school, they live in the same compound with my husband's side chick. They were the one telling my children that I saw your daddy in my compound though. So they now told me that their friends said they saw their daddy in that compound. I'm like, how can your daddy be there? He doesn't know anybody there. I just brushed it off. I said maybe it's somebody that looked like him because they don't really know the man very well until they said it again. So my children now followed them to their compound, and they actually met their dad there, but he didn't see them. So they came home to tell me that they actually saw their father there, but their father didn't see them. I said no problem, go and show me the place. So my son took me there, and I said okay. So I started watching and watching. Anytime he says he's not coming back, I will go around and I will see my husband coming out of the woman's house in the morning. I said okay, this is what this man is doing. No wahala. I pretended as if I didn't know because it was not the first time he was doing this, and I was just tired of complaining or arguing with him because it will do no good. So one day this man came back home with bruises in his body. I'm like, what happened? He said that it was police, that police brutalized him. He seized his phone because he came back without nothing, no shishi in his pocket, no phone, nothing. He only came back with injuries. And I said, police, what did you do? He cooked up a story and told me that he was in a vehicle with some bad boys, and they mistook him to be an armed robber, and they started beating all of them, collected his phone and let him go. I'm like, if police suspect you an armed robber, they will just beat you and let you go. How is that even a story? It was the next day I went to that compound, and I was asking the woman that sells something in front of my husband's side chick's house, and she was downloading the whole gist for me. How the boyfriend came from travel, met my husband in the house, beat him up and disgraced him. In fact, they tore his clothes. It was somebody else that gave him a black polo to wear that he brought to the house. The guy seized his phone, seized all his money in his pocket, and my husband couldn't tell me about it because he's so ashamed of himself. Since they beat him up, and I knew that it was not the police that beat him, I did not help him massage his body or anything. I told him to go and take care of himself because in my mind I already knew what was happening. Since then, 5 o'clock, my husband is back home. In fact, he will be the one to bathe the children and take them to school. He has completely changed. I know that this change is just temporarily because the injury is still fresh. After 6 months, he will cheat again. When I have time for him and his nonsense and I have enough money, I will take my children and dump him.